Good day, everyone. My name is Andrew, and welcome to Data King 1. Today, we will be doing business analysis. We are going to optimize. We will be optimizing costs, and we will be optimizing schedule. What I mean by this, so this way, we are able to reduce the cost a company pays employees. At the same time, the employees will do the maximum job. What I mean is, if we have a company whereby every worker has to work for 5 days and each worker has some certain hours, this optimization I'm going to build here is going to actually ensure that all the workers work those 5 days, work their maximum time, but at the minimum reduction cost. Now, the optimization is also going to put in place references to if some certain workers prefer some certain day as their off day. So it's going to put that in check. In fact, this is a whole big thing for anybody. So if you can do this particular for your company will love you for it. One is going to save them time of creating timetable over and over. Some people spend hours, days creating timetable, sweating. At the end of the day, they still end up giving the company maximum cost, very expensive cost. So this thing I'm going to build within 5 minutes, you can do your work schedule. You can do work schedule for your staff. So if you are in HR department or you are a manager who has a lot of workers under you and you want to schedule some tasks to certain time, day, and hours, you can actually use this optimization. So do this for your company and be the star of your company. So let's go right straight into it. So first, I will start with the schedule. So like a schedule is like a timetable of work, right? So I will start with the schedule. Okay. Then I will fix in our days of the week. Okay. So definitely we have 7 days of the week. So when I click write that, I'm going to drag it to the right and Excel will fill it up automatic. You can see it is Sunday, so I don't need this. So I will drag it back and I don't need this. So what I will do is I'm going to drag it to Sunday, to Tuesday, then I will send it back to Sunday. So automatically those ones will go off. So we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay. So now after having this, let me adjust them properly so all the days of the week can show. All right. So if you are making the schedule, so this is very good schedule that can actually turn you into a star in your company. Okay. Now for schedule, you have, let's give the names. We have Julie, we have Eric. Okay, these are the workers' names. So let's assume we have 6 workers. So let's put Felix and let's put Thompson. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's add one more. Let's make that Teresa. Okay, now we have 5 names and we have days of the week. Okay, so the next thing is we have to fix in. Now we have to fix in hourly work. So let's say Julie is having this information as her hourly work, 10 hours today on Monday. On Tuesday she's having 9 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours respectively, like that. Okay, so we will fix in each hour that she intended to work for the week. Okay, so this is without off, but we are going to do it we are going to do this model in a way that we will now be able to give everybody 2 days off. Okay, so let me continue. Each staff will be working over the week. You can see for Eric, on Monday, Eric will work 9 hours. On Tuesday, Eric will work 10 hours. On Wednesday, Eric will work 8 hours. On Thursday, Eric will work 3 hours. On Friday, 2 hours. On Saturday, 7, and on Sunday, 7. So you can fix in any value here according to your own desire, okay, or according to your workplace. All right, now let's put the schedule. So it is being agreed that on Monday the company needs only 3 workers. Okay, on Tuesday, let's say the company need 4. On Wednesday, they need 4 workers. So on Thursday, they need 5 workers. On Saturday, they need 3 workers. On Saturday, 3 workers. Then on Sunday, 5 workers. Now you can see it become more complicated. How do you run this permutation and combination? You can see that they have different hours, and even they are not coming every day. So they have different hours, and at the same time, they have different number of workers they needed at the workplace, right? And secondly, they also have to work only 5 days a week. So that makes it become more complex. When you are given this task to do and you don't know how to do this in Excel, you are going to take the whole month figuring out, making mistakes, having this worker to clash with the other worker, having their timetables to clash with another timetable. It's all going to be a mess. And if you're able to work this out for your company, in fact, they will love it for it. And apart from that, not even getting all the schedule right, making the staff happy, but at the same time, you are going to reduce the cost. So I'm using this particular project to solve 4 different projects, to solve 4 different problems in a company. One, every company wants to reduce costs. So if you're able to make them reduce costs and ensure that their hourly work does not change, their rate of work does not change, everybody comes, and at the same time, each worker is getting 2 days off, means the workers are happy. Happy workers will give you best solution. You know, happy workers will definitely give you best results. They will perform very well. So the company wants the workers to be happy. At the same time, the company wants to ensure that everybody they are able to meet up with the workload. Okay, so and at the same time, the workers are happy. They're able to meet up with the workload, and at the end of the day, they still reduce the cost they spend on their workers. Any company that have that will definitely marvel and love you for that. Okay, so let's go right this particular box away. Okay, so what I will do, I will highlight it, look at this little tick line, click it and drag it. You see when I drag it, you can see it's going to move. It's moving, and I can place it right here. Okay, and you can see this place is empty. All right, now that I've successfully done that, this place is now open. So to start anything, when we are using linear programming, we have to start with 0 because we don't know which value we want, but we want to ensure that every information we want to do is properly calculated. So first, I want to get total here, and I want to get total here. I will explain that. I want to get total here. Okay, so I want to get total in both sides. All right, so first I'm going to start with 0. When we are doing linear programming, we start with 0. So what I will do is, for Julie, that is 0, I want to drag it down so everybody is 0 because we don't have any value yet, right? And I want to drag it also. I've dragged it vertically. I want to drag it across rows. Okay, so I will drag it across rows. You can see till here. So we have 0 all through. So what I want to do is, I want to calculate this first total. So to calculate this total equals to, definitely if I want to calculate it vertically, all the total, that will be equals to sum. Even if we don't have the information yet, we just want Excel to know that this, anytime we have information in all these zeros, this is what we want the total to be. So if you have been following my Excel for beginners to advanced, you will see where I did sum, right? So I'm going to open the bracket. So that's why I want you guys to follow that, because I'm treating it right from absolute beginners, so that when I do any project, you will understand the way I've taken the values. Okay, so see, this is 0. Okay, this is 0. All right, now the next thing is, I'm going to drag it across horizontal lines so that every of this one fills up automatic, and you can see 0 means the addition of each of the days of the week gives us 0. Now we are going to do the same thing for our total here vertically. So now for our total, we are going to also have equals to sum. Okay, we are going to have equals to sum. We open bracket. Okay, so we are going to have this value, first one, drag along a horizontal line to Sunday, from Monday to Sunday, that's B3 to H3, close parenthesis, hit enter. You can see we also have 0. Then the next thing is I will drag it down to fill up for every other name up to Teresa. Okay, you can see, so we have 0 in every one of them. All right, now the next thing I want to do, you can see we have 0 here, all the totals is 0. All right, and this is the other value. So let me take it down, they are too close, so let me drag it down. Let me drag it down further to this point. Okay, yeah, so I can have some space within them. Okay, now we have this and we have this. Okay, so we want, this is the real table, but this is what we want to optimize to reduce costs and to ensure that the total days of the week at the end of the day, each person have 555 instead of 7, right? So this value here is going to give the total work for each week. You can see when Julie work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we want to ensure that this place becomes 5 instead of 0, right? Okay, so now we want to set an objective. Our objective is to know the total number of hours work. So definitely if we add everything in this whole row place, you can see this whole box here, if we add everything, we should be able to have our objective. Okay, so I'm going to write objective, or I can actually say it's our total hours work. So let me use total hours. Okay, so we have that in place. Let me adjust it properly. So let me adjust it properly. So we have total hours. Then also at the base, we have total cost. So total cost per hour. Okay, so total cost of the job done. Okay, so now we have total cost. So once we have total hours, we will have total cost. So now first, to get the total hours, so we have to use what is called the sum product, because we cannot, definitely to get the total hour, I have to use this 0, the value here multiplied by the number of hours, right? So to give me the total hours. Okay, so now what I need to do, instead of doing it one after the other, I'll just use what we call the sum product hours. Okay, so we have that in place. Let me adjust it properly. So let me adjust it properly. So we have total hours. Then also at the base, we have total cost. So total cost per hour. Okay, so total cost of the job done. Okay, so now we have total cost. So once we have total hours, we will have total cost. So now first, to get the total hours, so we have to use what is called the sum product, because we cannot, definitely to get the total hour, I have to use this 0, the value here multiplied by the number of hours, right? So to give me the total hours. Okay, so now what I need to do, instead of doing it one after the other, I'll just use what we call the sum. This value here, if you remember, I told you these are the values of the hours work, but we want to get the schedule per hour. So definitely, if for example I have Julie have one schedule, which is 1, we are going to multiply it by this 10 to give us 10 hours, means Julie has worked 10 hours. But if we start doing it one after the other, you can see if we say on Tuesday, Julie as one schedule also multiply by, for Tuesday, is 9 hours. That is going to be 1 times 9 plus, then we have to do multiply all this by all this, okay, so get the total hours. So we can't do them one after the other. That will be too tedious. Even I only have 5 names here. What if we have a company where you have more than 100 workers, 200 workers? How are you going to do it one after the other? So this is the advantage of Excel. Okay, so as you know, business have become intelligent. We want to ensure that we get maximum we want to ensure that we optimize our results with the lowest cost possible, and that this is what every company wants now, but minimize costs to the nearest possible. Okay, so right now, so we use some products, we open parentheses, so I'm going to pick all this. That's what some product does. So I'm going to pick every schedule here, comma, then I'm going to pick multiplied by some product. So means I'm multiplying everything by what is here. So that's what some product do. So I'm going to close parentheses, hit enter, and you can see 0. It's going to be 0 because when you multiply 0 by any value here, it will be 0. But the major thing is we want this formula. This formula is what we want. Okay, so now that we've got that, the next thing is to get our total cost. So definitely I'm going to use, let's say the company pays 20 hours. Let's say the company pays $20 per hour, and we know that this is total hours, right? So which means this total hours, so we are going to click it to make a formula here. The total hour multiplied by the $20, and we click it also. Definitely we are going to have 0, but we want Excel to know that anytime we have any values, we want it to be, we want B11, which is total hours, to multiply by $20 to give us the value here. Okay, now that we have been able to set all our equation right, we can now bring in Excel solver. So if you go here, data, you will see you have Excel solver. So I don't have one here, so let me install Excel solver. So how do you do that? We go to home, we go to file, we go to option, then this page we open, then we go to add in. So you click on add in. So when you click on add in, another page will open. You go to Excel add in and press go. So when you press go, you can see different stuff here. We have analysis 2-pack, analysis 2-pack VBA, euro currency tools, and solver add-in. So what we need is solver. Solver is used to optimize processes in Excel. Okay, so we click on solver add-in and right click OK. So when you click that, you wait, you can see it will boost for some time before it will finally open. Okay, so we have to give it some time. Data, and you can see solver right here. You click on solver and you can see solver is out right here. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday, we already have all our values, all our calculation, total here, total from this point. Okay, and we have our hours, the hours work and the schedule. We have the total hours, which is the sum product of this to this. Okay, and the total cost, which is the hours. This is our schedule, and this is the total hours work and the total cost. What we want solver to do for us is to give us a timetable whereby we will have 5 days working total for each of the employee, and at the same time each employee in a week we have 2 days off. Secondly, we want to ensure we maximize the total hours so that it can optimize our work schedule, at the same time ensure that the workers done all the work available for that week. At the same time, we want to minimize the cost in as much we have maximized the hours. So this is going to be favorable to the company and also to the employee, because they are going to get off on the days they want, and at the same time they are going to maximize the work and reduce cost for the company. So this timetable is complicated, so it's not something you can just do manually. So this is where optimization comes in. Okay, now you can see we also want the schedule here, the total schedule. We want the one solver will give to us to be even better than this. In some cases, solver may give us the same schedule. If they see that after running the permutation and combination, the schedules are okay, they will give you the same. But in most cases, server is going to give you their own schedule better than what you have, so that you can now maximize the labor and reduce the cost. So this is what every company needs. Every company wants to maximize their labor efficiently, but at the same time minimize costs. So this is what optimization is all about. So let's go right straight into it. So we click data, we click server, and you can see the server page is open, the software is open. So now the first thing is, what is our set objective? You can see it here. Our set objective is the total hours. So I'm going to click here, and you can see it will update here. All right. So the next thing we want to do is, I want to minimize this schedule. Okay. So now I want to minimize by changing value cells. So I want to minimize the schedule by changing value cells. So I'm going to click that box. You can see by changing value cells. So and what is the value cells I want to change? This particular information here. These zeros, I want a solver to give me the information. Okay, so you can see I'll put the range here. Then we come here, subject to the constraint. So now we have to put all the constraints, all the problems in this timetable. So first you come here and click add. So a little page you open where we put the information. The first constraint is, I want this schedule. You can see it has taken it, this schedule to be, it should never be lesser. This schedule, this total here should never, information have to always be lesser than this. This cannot be lesser than this. So we are going to use lesser than or equals to. Okay. But if you are taking it the other way around, if you are taking here first, then it has to be greater than or equals to. Okay. So now, because we are taking here first, we need this to always be greater than. So we have to put lesser than or equals to this. Okay. So this information here, this particular information here, we have to take it from the beginning. Okay. So we have to take it from here. All right. So what we do is we take the information here. All right. So now we have it. We click OK. So you can see it has updated here. So the second constraint is, we want this our total schedule to be 5. Okay, 5 each for each week horizontally. So what we are going to do is, we also come to server, we add so that I can give us new page. Then we are going to take all this. Okay, so when we take all this, we want this to be equals to, this time I'm using equals to direct, not lesser than. We want it to be exactly 5. Each person should not work more than 5 days. We want the workers to be happy, each worker to have their 2 days off. So we maximize it. At the same time, we have less cost for the company. So we click OK. So the third constraint is, I want the information here. I'm going to use add. Okay, and you can see it's open again. I want all the information here, all these zeros, I want them to be in a binary form. In a binary form is sense that it has to be the schedule has to be 1. You cannot have half schedule. They are human beings. It's either you have 1 schedule or 2 schedule or 3 schedule. You can only have 1 schedule in a day. In a week, you can have maximum of 5 schedules. So it's binary. It's a whole number. So what we do here is, I click that place. Then I take the range again. All these places. You can see I'm not adding the total. I'm not adding the schedule. You can see I'm only picking the range where the schedule is. And I want it to be binary. You can see BIN. So I click binary and it will then OK. So when I click OK, you can see all the 3 information are there. Then I will choose linear simplex LP, linear progression. Okay, LP. So because it's a linear progression problem. All right. So the next thing, I'm going to click solve. So when I click solve, you can see all the information will be updated. Then I click OK. So let's check it out. For Monday, server has actually choose 5 people to work instead of 3. Okay. For Tuesday, the server has choose 4 to 4, which is originally there. So the server is telling you it's okay. For Wednesday, 4 to 4 is okay. For Thursday, server also choose 5 to 5. But for Friday, server is telling you that 5 people should work where there is 3 here. Saturday, 3 to 3 is okay, 5 to 5. So you can see server gave us 2 different variables when it comes to him. Everything were equal except for, let's see, Friday, where server gave us 4 and the schedule was 3. The Monday, where server gave us 5 and the schedule was 3. Okay, this is because server will do it in a way that everybody is going to have 5 days. You can see the total. Everybody is not going to work more than 5 days, and the total hours will be 174, but the total cost 3,480. It is far reduced. It is far reduced. It has reduced cost for the company. This is what every company wants. Every company wants their job to be done at the same time to have reduction in cost. And that is why server has given this best information. Okay, this best timetable. Now you can see for Julie, you can see Julie have 1. Julie is going to work on, not going to work on Monday. Julie will be off on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Julie will work on Friday. Julie will not work. Anywhere you see 0 means absent. Saturday and Sunday, Julie will work. So that is 5 days, which means from the combination, Julie is going to have 2 days off. Eric the same thing. Lawson the same thing. So, but they are going to have their off on different days. So this server has been able to do this. On a good day, if you have such problem, arranges this timetable, you are going to have collusion, you are going to have waste of time, you are going to have a whole lot of headache. The time factor, time that you should use in your company to do other industrial things, you spend all day doing this timetable. At the end of the day, you still cannot even reduce the cost. At the end of the day, you may even get the schedule right, but the cost will be high. So this is great. Okay, so now let's look at this other constraint. Now, if, for example, Julie decided that, because this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the first line is for Julie. If Julie decided that, okay, I'm working 5 days instead of 10 days, if I put 5 here and click enter, you can see it will change, because you can see the price will change. If I decided to go to Eric and I decided to put only 2 hours, okay, and I hit enter, you can see it has changed. The total hours has changed from 174 to 171, and the total costs have changed. Automatic, it will work. So you don't need to start going to your timetable, writing all over again. Just go back to your Excel sheet, which you have in your computer at your workplace, fixing the value that hour, ensure that the staffs are happy, and ensure that your total costs remain the minimum. Thank you so much for staying with me. Please like, subscribe, and share the videos. I promise to bring you more videos, skillful videos that will make you a star in your company. I'm giving you only industrial based practicals. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.